Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. As you can see from the title, it's pretty obvious. I collect silver items from the city of Taxco in Mexico. Now Taxco is located midway between Mexico City in the central part of Mexico and the coastal city of Acapulco. It's quite well known all over the world for its silver industry. For a very long time, when Mexico was under the rule of Spain, Taxco was a source of silver that was then imported back to Spain. And later, Taxco did develop its own silver industry. Some of the most beautiful items we see today, silver items, come from Taxco, including this one that we see on our screen right now. This is a pin, an enamel pin that was made by one of the more famous silversmiths from Taxco. His name is Jeronimo Fuentes. Jeronimo Fuentes. Now I'm gonna read from this book called Mexican Silver Hallmarks by Mr. Billy Hogarth. More about Mr. Fuentes. Jeronimo Fuentes is one of the silversmiths from the workshop of Margot van Voorhees at Margot de Taxco. He became director of Margot's enamel workshop in 1953, and Sigfrido Siggy Pineda left that position. Some of the Fuentes pieces are crafted using old molds from the Margot Taller. Silver and enamel work. Yeah, so this is an example of his work. He was quite well known for his enamel, which is enamel is created by heating powdered glass, creating a liquid form of the glass, usually in different colors, and then applying the glass while it's still in liquid form onto the silver. This is an example of the result. This butterfly. You can see the blue body of the butterfly and the green and black wings. That's Jeronimo Fuentes' work, enamel work. And you can see, if you look behind, this is how it looks like. Let's try to focus on his signature. I'll keep it still. Yeah, but you might see there, it's a conjoined JF, which is his hallmark. Usually pieces from Taxco, actually in general, silver pieces are marked by their maker's name, and so that conjoined JF there stands for Jeronimo Fuentes. And then it says Sterling in a circle, Mexico 925. Yeah, and then his hallmark. Those are the attributes of silver from Taxco. So, like I said, from the book, I read from the book, Jeronimo Fuentes was quite well known for his enamel pieces. And this is one of them. Let me show you another one. Now this is kind of like a cute, funny little pen. It's kind of sort of like maybe out to date, kind of like a product of its era. It's sort of a stereotype of Mexican, I guess, peasant, taking a nap. You have to remember, nowadays this could be looked at sort of disapprovingly because of the stereotype that it paints of certain people. But back then, you have to realize these things were produced mainly for tourists, and back then the thinking was, usually a tourist means usually means Americans, and back then Americans, at least some of them, their view of they have this kind of like picture in their head of how Mexicans typically look like. But if you can look past that, you would see the very nice use of enamel in this piece. You have the yellow sombrero, and then the shirt, purple, a blue sash, a white pants, and his feet. Very nice color combination. And again, his signature right here. Let me just try to open this here. Right here above the pin. So there's a nice example again. And then I have this one. Very beautiful. It's a swordfish or a sailfish. Like I said, Taxco is located in between Mexico and Acapulco. So tourists going to Acapulco usually would have to drive through Taxco on their way to Acapulco. Or people, the tourists who have been to Acapulco and are having to catch the airplane back to wherever they come from, usually they have to go back to Mexico City, and so they would pass through Taxco again. And so there was a lot of tourist trade that happens, and this is, I would imagine, kind of like a popular motif, because there's a lot of fishing that goes on in Acapulco, a lot of, marlins, and, these, the fishing industry, I would imagine, is quite big. And so this would be a nice representation of the activities, that happen over there. Look at the beautiful craftsmanship, beautiful color. Yeah, very nice. And again, from behind, you can clearly see his signature there, Jeronimo Fuentes, JF, conjoined. And then let me show you another one. Oh, no, I've shown this one. Apologies. Again, this is an example, beautiful example of the work of Jeronimo Fuentes. It's a blue rose, the blue rose of Taxco, with leaves. Beautiful combination of color. Just wonderful. Almost too realistic, if not for the colors. Again, this is how it looks from behind. Yeah, it's kind of dark because you have to realize this is an old piece. From the 30s, 40s, 50s, and so this is like the natural patina, I would imagine, of the piece. If it hadn't been, if not for the enamel, this is how the front would look like as well. But you can see here his signature as well as the other hallmarks from Mexico. Okay, so thank you so much for being here and allowing me to share my some examples from my Taxco Mexican collection. I really do appreciate your presence. I would love to hear feedback from you. If you would like to subscribe, please do so. That would be so encouraging. Subscribe, and hit the notification bell over there, so that it would tell you if I do post a new video. Yeah, let me know if there are like certain pieces from certain artists that you want me to feature. Maybe I would have them, some of the samples of the work in my collection, and I would love to share them with you as well. So now let's have a closer look at these pieces, okay?